Hello and good morning, folks. This is Cliff Graves from Trainwel Boxing. I hope all you are well. Early in the morning, with my cup of coffee to hand. Today's video is educational. It's an advisory. It is not classified as entertainment. All I expect from you is a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you liked this video. So this morning I want to talk to you about online boxing coaching. Now, online boxing coaching would not appeal to an experienced amateur fighter. Most definitely would not appeal to a professional fighter. It normally appeals to the novice. So now we've got two categories of novice. One that's just purely interested, like myself. I am an ex-fighter, competitive fighter, by the way. One like myself that just wants now just to do the boxing training for fitness and self-defense. And the other that is hopefully aspiring to become a competitive fighter. Now that's a category I am appealing to. You're a novice amateur fighter that wants to go into the ring. In one sentence, I can tell you what to do. Would you like me to? Get yourself to a decent amateur boxing gym. I'm telling you, they are local all over the UK. When I started out amateur boxing, I was looking for that very thing. I used to get terribly bullied as a kid at school, and I wanted to show my worth, my guts, my bravery. And I discovered a third of a mile away, in a small Surrey village that we lived in at the time, an amateur affiliated amateur boxing club. Not a club that does boxing, an amateur boxing affiliated club. And that is where all the coaches are vetted, where all the coaches must go and pass an amateur boxing coach's course, which isn't just a little written course, it's an extended course that goes on for many weeks. Then I started to learn that there was this club here about 3 miles away, that club there about 4 miles away, all little clubs, all in the Surrey area, dotted around in rife. So wherever you are in the country, and I would imagine if you're listening in Europe or anywhere in the States, it's going to be the same. Get yourself with immediate effect on to get involved with a local amateur boxing club. Yes, there are better ones. In my day, it was always Fitzroy Lodge that was good club. It was always Repton, which still is to this day. Repton, a very good club. Now I understand it's clubs like Guildford that are good. West Ham in East London, good. The Lynn, I think in Bermondsey, another good club. Up north, always been a good club. Rotunda. Salisbury, up that way. So yeah, there's some really good clubs around, amateur boxing clubs around. Seek them out. Seek them out. Excuse me, this is filtered coffee, mate, I'll tell you. Ground, then filtered. Ah, it is delectable. First thing in the morning. Anyway, I digress. Get yourself off to an affiliated amateur boxing club local to you. And they will teach you everything you need. The proviso for us was, what do you want to get when I first joined? What do you want to get out of boxing, the sport of boxing? I want to fight in the ring. So you want to become a carded? You have to get a medical card, you see. They call us carded boxers. Yes. Well, all right, we'll have a look at you. Give yourself a month to 6 weeks and then we'll have another chat, which is fair. I remember on my first session, I clambered through those ropes and I can't tell you what it felt like. It felt I'm exposed. Because gliding through the other side of the ropes in the other corner is another lad. And therein you begin to find out from a very, very early age all about the sport of boxing. Very, very, very early indeed. The stabilizers come off and you're on that cycle now without the stabilizers and you got to fend for yourself. Yes, sparring. Occasionally the coach would get in if it was getting a bit rough stuff to ensure no heads clashed and that sort of thing, you know. But when that bell goes, it's you and the other kid. It's you and your opponent. And if that's what you want to do, you have to get that experience. Because if that's not what you want to do, admit it. Just admit it. Because it's not what I want to do. I'm 61. I don't want to do that. No way. No, thank you. No. And you look at the likes of Nigel Benn Sr. You look at the likes of Chris Eubanks Sr. And they all say it. No. Well, they've been world champions, haven't they? Professional world champions, middleweight, super middleweight, whatever. Champions, haven't they? They're entitled to say it. No. Because it is a hard sport. And this is my gripe. These online boxing coaches, There's 3 I recommend, and I'll tell you those at the end of this video. So if you're interested, keep watching. I'm sure there are others online boxing coaches that I don't know about that are all right, but there's a mass, there is an absolute mass of charlatans. And I want to protect you, the novice, from that. Do not be seduced into thinking you're getting ahead, going and learning from these types, because they will lead you astray, apart from 3 that I've researched into that I think will not. In life, it's all about referral. In life, it's all about listening to advice. And this is how you acquire knowledge. And knowledge leads to wisdom. And wisdom will then lead on to understanding. This is why I am doing this video, to help you grow in knowing. A lot of these online boxing coaches are mere converted fitness instructors who have never put a gum shield into their mouth, who have never climbed through the square, the ropes into the square ring. So cannot possibly teach you the emotional content and mental stability and toughness and resilience you have to have of being a fighter, because it's 80% that in here, and they cannot teach you that because they have never experienced it ever. Rub salt into sore wounds, they will then charge you money. They will charge you money. They would take your money willingly, because all they care about is volume, 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 volume. That's what they care about. Look, if they've got 1,000 online trainees, which is a lot, admittedly, but they with this software and apps that are coming out now on the mobile phones, I'm coming to that in a minute. It's easily achievable. So they say just a fiver. Just a fiver a week for unlimited training sessions. Just a fiver, they say. What's 5 times 1,000? £5,000, yeah. $5,000, whatever. 5,000 euros. And this is what, ka-ching, 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 these bogus online, false, fraudulent boxing online coaches think, wow, hey, hang on a minute, are we missing the plot? Am I missing the plot? Well, I've got personal pride and respect for you people. For you people. 5 grand a month. Ooh, 512s. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's quite a lucrative little hustle, isn't it? And 99% of them will be recordings anyway. So the buggers just record it and that's it. And zip back like big fat cats. I say that is not fair. That is not ethical. And sadly, social media platforms give them that accessibility to the vulnerable, to the novice that's desperate to learn, desperate to get ahead, desperate to have more tuition. When they've got to understand that they've got a stable of fighters already competing. They are going to be their attention to them. Your attention in the first 6 weeks is you're trying to learn. You will get taught. Of course you will. They won't just leave you. But if somebody's coming up for an up and coming English schoolboys championship, all hands are going to be on deck facilitating that fighter. And you will be in the background. And that is where the vulnerability of it comes in, because you go off at a tangent, you get something impregnated into your head from these online trainers. You're secretively paying all your money. And it's a load of horse rubbish. I could say stronger words, but for the YouTube algorithms, I'm attempting not to. And they're charging money for it, folks. There is potentially a way forward doing it online. And that is with people like us, Trainwel Boxing, that know the ropes, that know the game. Our L plates are down. Am I a seasoned fighter like Nigel Benn was, Chris Eubanks Sr. was, like Conor Benn is, like Chris Eubanks Jr. is, like Joe Calzaghe was, like, rest in peace, the late Ricky Hatton? No. But I had over 40 fights, amateur fights, carded fights. I went all over the country, so I understand the emotions. I understand the nervous energy. The fitness instructor can't, because they've never done it. It's to find somewhere where they will not charge you. Now, this would be definitive misrepresentation if us, Trainwel Boxing, made a claim we're not going to charge you a penny for boxing tuition training, and then we tried it on. That is misrepresentation in making a sale. And we are a limited company. We're not a sole trader, we're a limited company, striving to build our brand on one of honesty and integrity, one of knowledge and wisdom. I absolutely love it. I enjoy it immensely, coming on and sharing my knowledge with you. Now, my recommendation, if you're that novice just starting out in the boxing game, wanting to compete, is just say to one of the very busy coaches at your new club, when free, I was just wondering if I could just ask your advice, please. I bet you they said, yeah. Shoot, go for it. Well, there's this online boxing tutorial. Go on. There's this online boxing tuition called Trainwel Boxing. Right. And how much they charging you that for that, Joe? Nothing. It's all free. Right. You've got to be careful with those online coaches because a lot of them will lead you astray, and you'll get it into your head. Oh, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. And ask if your person that you confided in would be prepared to have a look. And I am not cocky, but I am quietly confident that your coach would say, this is helpful. This is helpful. But you need to be training it here. I'll show you how to do all of that. What Trainwel Boxing has shown you, I'll show you how to do. That's the only way to learn, Joe. I've done my good work. I've done my good work. In helping you. Not hindering you. Helping you. And then when the reins are, when you're ready to, be released from Trainwel Boxing, as it were, fantastic. But we have done our good work. The other is the fitness enthusiast, like me, that wants to go and do a bit of boxercise, they still what they call it, isn't it? Up at the local leisure centre, for example. They put the loud music on, it's mixed, it's sociable, it's fun. You're doing the press-ups, you're doing the sit-ups, you're getting on the pads, you're doing it all, and it is exhilarating. Especially if you're combining that with a weight training routine. It's fantastic for fitness and strength, and actually very, very, very good at self-defense. Very, very, very good. That's another story. That's another video. So if you've got your pen ready, I am now going to give you 3 online boxing courses that I do believe are required to be paid for, but I think the quality that you will get specifically from one of them, and I'm not going to reveal which one that is, will be a sound investment. I've already told you how to spot the fraudulent ones. Send them an email and ask them, as a competitive carded ex-fighter, can you tell me how many fights you had? And if you was an amateur boxer, which ABA affiliated boxing club did you fight out of? Oh. This is the missus. That's the missus. She drives along the M5, and I do like to know that she's got to a destination or job of work safely. So that's good. I know that's so that's smashing. Thank you, Father God. Yeah. Everything we say to you on these YouTube videos is from the heart, is honest. Okay, so the first one is Sal Box. That's SALBOX. Sal Box. It's the black guy that's associated with Brixton Boxing Club, and he specializes in teaching the Cuban boxing method. Excellent one. The next one is My Boxing Coach. Headed up, I think the gentleman's name is Fran Sands. And I think he is attached or has been attached to Sefton, Sefton, Sefton Boxing Club up in Liverpool or near to Liverpool. Another first class one. And then across the pond in the States, I believe these people are very, very good. I think they're called Archetype or Archetypal. That's Archetype or Archetypal Boxing. That's ARCHATTYPAL, Archetypal or Archetype Boxing in the USA. Now, I've researched a number of online boxing coaches. So out of what I have researched, I can tell you the ones that are shite and the ones that are good. There are probably ones that I haven't even researched yet that are really, really good. But you've got to do your own due diligence. Okay? Don't be frightened to say to your boxing coach, can you advise, please? Can you advise? I want to get ahead. I want to learn quickly. Can you advise? Now, a word of warning. Our name is Trainwel Boxing. Our registered company is Trainwel Boxing Limited, Trainwel Boxing Ltd. If you go onto companies check, you will find us under Trainwel Boxing Ltd, not limited, the word limited, Trainwel Boxing Ltd. And the most important thing to look for is the boxing part of it, because the name Trainwel crops up elsewhere. For instance, and I'm not knocking these people at all, I'm just saying there is an Australian employment agency that call themselves Trainwel. Well, we have nothing to do with them in any way, shape, or form. So if you look and see anything other than the name Trainwel Boxing, it must include boxing. I'll put the link below for you so you can see our website. Trainwel Boxing, not anything else. That's who we are. Trainwel Boxing. Trainwel Boxing. Look for that on my baseball cap. Can you see? Look. Trainwel Boxing. All others have nothing whatsoever to do with us. So watch it. Thank you for listening. It's Cliff Gray's Trainwel Boxing. You keep safe. Ciao.